So excited right now, so you know food is involved. We're gonna chit chat while I eat my piata. I will show you guys up close, of course. Honestly, I've been eating piata for like at least 12 years now, and it hits every time. If you don't know what that is, or if you don't have one in your state yet, it is basically your Chipotle style Italian food. It is so good. All right, so this is what I got this time. This is the chicken basil pesto pasta. It has Alfredo, pesto. I get crispy chicken. Corn is a little bit extra, but I love it. It does come with tomato. Although I just got a blast from the past because a long time ago when I used to eat here, they would get sun-dried tomatoes. And I kind of want more sauce, but I'm gonna have to ask for some later. Oh shoot, I just dropped a piece of chicken. Before I leave, I'm gonna go back in there and ask for more sauce. But anyway, overall, every time it hits. I also got garlic dough, which is basically kind of like Parmesan cheese that's within a tortilla and garlic, hence the name garlic dough. This is thick with cheese in there and garlic. So I talked to you guys like, I wanna say a few months ago. I had gone to a PCP appointment, my doctor, and what came to her attention was lipoma on my back that's been there for like 10 years. Basically, if you don't know what lipoma is, it's basically a fat patch, but the surgeon I spoke with today said it's not like regular fat, it's just like cells fat, I don't know. Just for clarification, people who didn't know. I'm only finding out this year that it actually has a name. So I talked to you guys about how earlier this year, maybe last month, I had went to a surgeon. I had gotten referred there. Finally, I've been having so many issues with this dermatologist office that I've been going to for my topical stuff and then also for getting a referral to lipoma. My PCP told me I should go to a dermatologist and they can just simply remove the lipoma, basically. Which the dermatologist I went to with the nurse practitioner said the size is too big for them to remove it in office. The PCP also said it was too big for her to remove in office, even though she's done it before, just not one of this size. So gone from PCP to dermatologist, finally saw a surgeon. It was this man that I saw like a month ago. Talked to him, he said basically like it's absolutely going to continue to get bigger, which I don't even know if it's changed in size. My husband is the only person obviously who really sees my back, and he says he doesn't think it's changed in size. He thinks it's been the same size this whole time, which is about 10 centimeters by 7 centimeters. And yeah, first surgeon said, absolutely, basically it'll keep growing. Whether that's 1% a year or 50% over 2 years, like it's going to grow at some point. It's going to get bigger. And I was asking about insurance. I'm like, is this cosmetic? And he's like, no, because we always test it for cancer. And like basically around 1% of the time, it ends up being cancer. And he says like, yes, absolutely remove it. It seems like he does this a lot, like basically how it seems so routine for him. Like, yes, we'll remove it. I asked him about imaging because the nurse practitioner had mentioned imaging, like ultrasound of it just to see. And he was basically saying he doesn't think that's necessary. After I like mentioned this again later on, he said kind of like, fine, like he'll refer it to a ultrasound place, but it doesn't seem like he really feels like that's necessary. So that's scheduled for like a couple weeks from now. But the only day that he could do the surgery was like a day that it's not the best day for me, basically. So I wanted to keep seeing other people, like other surgeons, hopefully to get someone who could do it on a better day for me. So after a ton of back and forth with this dermatologist office that I'm honestly never going back to again, finally got an office today to see. This was a woman surgeon. And basically, for context and to preface, this surgeon's main scope of practice is breast surgery, so for breast diseases, breast cancers, and other things, but she is considered a general surgeon. So I wanted to try to see her for the lipoma because there's not a lot of places that I've seen that are actual general surgeons. The first surgeon I saw was, and then I found this one that also is. And she was just saying, you know, as surgeons love to do surgery. They love to get rid of things, you know? And even though she felt that way by nature, she said that if I was her daughter, she would tell me just to leave it. So now I'm perplexed, I'm torn, I'm confused. That's the complete opposite of what the other surgeon told me. So I mean, I could get a third opinion as a tiebreaker, but then it's like, technically my PCP said, yes, you can get it removed. Then the nurse practitioner said, yes, you can get it removed. Then the first surgeon said yes, but this other surgeon is saying no. Like, I just would leave it. Surgery, I wouldn't suggest surgery if you don't need to do surgery. And while this surgeon is a general surgeon, they both are. Surgeon I saw today mainly seems to specialize in other type of surgery. Like, she's mainly doing like probably breast surgery for things like that. So I was perplexed, you know. She said I could come back to her in 6 months. We could see if it's changed in size. I don't think it's going to. If it has changed in size, I don't think it's been doing it that drastically where it would be noticeable across 6 months. So she basically thinks it's a situation where you should just monitor it, I guess. To which I'm like, okay. Because I was so gung-ho and so ready to get it removed after speaking with a professional, you know, a doctor, a surgeon. And not only that, but I reached my out-of-pocket max for the year, so I do not need to pay anything for anything. And who knows when that'll happen again, I guess. Guys, this is so good. This is my drink. It's water. We need balance. Yeah, pasta is really good. I'm just gonna get some more sauce. There was nobody in there when I went in, and then there was one person behind me, and then there was 3 more people behind him, so he was getting a bit of a line. So usually I feel like they really put a lot of sauce, so he could have been a little distracted, which is fine. Honestly, I feel like that was such a great experience I just had in there, whereas when I've gone there before, like in a specific location, it wasn't the best, but I feel like that was really good. He was personable. Like, I was excited about the sun-dried tomatoes that they haven't had in years, and he was just smiling about it. So the bar is set on the floor for customer service for me. All you have to do is smile, and I'm like, wow, you don't hate your job. Love it. I just bit my lip. So I'm easily overwhelmed. Not a good thing when you're told one thing that's like, I could see if they met in the middle, if they were just similar, but the 2 things they just told me are so complete opposites. And it's like, I think at first I was like, oh, it's just like, yeah, I'll deal with it. It's embarrassing because it's like, I was getting her, my doctor was telling me about something from my back. I was showing her my back. I was there for like something completely unrelated on my back, like terrible, terrible, excruciating back pain. And then of course, whenever anybody sees my back, they're like, well, what's that? Because it just sticks out. And I have to tell them, and then I'm just like, yeah, it's embarrassing, I hate it, period. And she's like, well, you could get that removed. I was thinking it'd be more of a cosmetic thing, but then I talked to the other surgeon who seems to handle this a lot, and he's just like, yeah, no, that's not cosmetic. So it's overwhelming, and it's kind of stressful because it's just like, I was so ready mentally, I guess. Like, I'm the type where I have to mentally come to terms with something, and now it's like, wait. And I think it was very sweet of her to like give me the context of, if you were my daughter, this is what I would tell you. Which then I'm like, okay, yeah, now I have to listen. Because that's your real advice, you know? In hindsight, I'm kind of looking at this differently. Yes, she said, if you're my daughter, I'd tell you not to worry about it. But in a way, you talk to your daughter in a sense of, oh, you're beautiful, don't worry, leave it the way it is. Like, even though it's something that's really affecting you mentally or physically, someone might tell their daughter that. So I kind of feel like I still should consider getting it removed, both for how I feel about it and for what the surgeon who has done this a lot said about it. Basically, I think her mindset is, obviously surgery is always a recovery process. Maybe she wouldn't want to have surgery if she didn't have to. Both surgeons did say, you know, bending over might be tough for a little bit. The male surgeon said he'd prescribe medication, but to be careful because of side effects like nausea, constipation. I should be back to normal in 3 weeks. Mentally, I prepared for one thing, and then the complete opposite happened, basically. And I mean, she kind of is just like, it's in your court, like, I'll do it if you want me to. But it's also like, do you want to do it to what the surgeon who said, you don't really have to. So that's where I'm at right now. Kind of just gonna sit on it. Still have the ultrasound set, which I'm like, would that help? I mean, she said that she thought that would help, so yeah. Aside from my balance, you know, I have my water here. Make sure to drink your water, but I am thinking about going across the street and getting a cookie, I'm not gonna lie. Aside from that, I really don't have anything else planned for today. It's been just a lot of back to school. My son started school a couple weeks ago, and he's getting back into the groove of things. We actually are planning a vacation. I don't know if I'm gonna say we're going yet, but we're gonna drive again, and I'm excited. We're trying to get away more, you know? I definitely want to start doing vacations like at least 3 times a year. I feel like that's the manageable thing. I know before, for the people who've been watching my channel for a long time, like years, we did talk about that before, stuff we want to do when the house is paid off, like one of that being traveling 4 times a year. And I was not working part-time at that time, so I did not have part-time money. So I think 3 is, you know, okay. This year it'll just be 2 times, of course, but next year could be 3, you know. I think about, should 2 of those be us visiting family, because you guys know we traveled to Minnesota. Dennis' mom lives there, and you know, I'd like for my kids to see their grandparents more than once a year, maybe twice a year. So I don't know, we'll see. I definitely want to start going someplace warm when it's cold here where we are, though. 4 more months left until the end of the year, and that's it. Definitely feel like I am getting all the appointments in. Like, I've had so many appointments. I'm doing physical therapy twice a week, like just everything. I finished my vocal therapy. I have a colonoscopy I'm doing. And I'm a little over a month dermatology, going to a new dermatologist. Hopefully that's good. I found a new one. There's not many Black dermatologists in my area, but I did use this website called Black Derm whatever. I forget what it's called. If you know, you know. But I just want to try something different. Either way, I knew I was leaving my other dermatologist. I'm looking for another one. So I wanted to find one that has similar skin as me. I'm actually about to finish up my August stuff right now as far as like money wise. The main thing I need to do is reimburse myself for my HSA. I need to reimburse myself for all the medical expenses that I have paid, which isn't like a ton, but it's some. And so I've also been saving for the HSA as well. So just gonna close out June, pay off our credit cards for the most part, and take care of medical expenses that have been paid but not paid to me. I don't know. I know that lipoma has to be something that's not super talked about, especially because I'm really just finding out about it. Like, I don't know. If you've had one that's like the same size pretty much the whole time, like again, for me, it's been 10 years. I'm assuming it's the same size as my husband says. I have to take his word. But did you have someone just say, nah, just leave it? Because I know it's going to be a scar and stuff like that, obviously. Kind of just want to be done with like dealing with it. It's been a long time. It's annoying. It's always there. Kind of want to be done with it. I don't know. Nonetheless, I'm still going to get the ultrasound. Like, that makes sense to me to still do that. Let me know what you guys think. It's kind of like I'm so torn and just kind of like annoyed and overwhelmed. See you later. Bye-bye.